Hey,
How's it going?
it's great. It's great. It's Wednesday. We waiting on Monica. We waiting on some chatters.
That'll work. That'll work. Seems like time got away from me this evening.
Me too. Me too.
7:30 before I knew it.
I know. I
Me
know.
this evening.
Me too. Me too.
7:30 before I knew it.
So how's the last week been?
My week has been busy.
Okay, I like that.
Busy but productive. But I think the best part was that the temperature hit like 80 some degrees today. So a little taste of summer, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
That's cool. 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 I think we're gonna have some chatters with us today. Um, at some point.
Yep. Got a few people who wanted to, share some cheater stories. I guess either as them being the cheater or the cheatee or whatever.
Okay, I can play
Yeah.
around a little bit.
Yeah. And I was thinking it was like after last week's show, cheating and infidelity can be a very hurtful thing when you
Mm-hmm.
feel like you've been betrayed by someone, right?
Right, right, right.
And being 55 and having had a plethora of relationships over the years, I mean, I've been cheated on a lot. At the time, the shit wasn't too funny, right? It was very
Right.
hurtful and painful. But with growth and wise mind and maturity, I could laugh at the shit now.
But it took a minute, right? It took a
Woo.
minute.
It took a long time. It took a very long time. Yes. But I think one thing that helped me was realizing that, it wasn't the person didn't cheat just because of me, because of something I did or I said or how I was. I mean, in some cases, maybe so, but I chose not to blame myself for the fuck shit somebody else does. People gonna do what they want to do.
Right. And that's um Karen, I'm looking
Hmm.
and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking on the page and it goes live on the Facebook page, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. It's,
Okay, it did. Okay.
oh,
It
it
was
did. Okay, wonderful.
okay. And it has little words underneath it and everything. So I wonder if we say shit.
Did it type shit?
It's a little delay, so I'm waiting and reading. No, it put asterisk, 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 asterisk. So,
Oh, good. Okay.
so they probably tired by the end of the night dealing with us.
Because it's gonna be asterisks and exclamation points and
Right, right.
ampersands and all that shit.
I see Scotty keep coming in and out like we don't see him on the stream, hands up, waving, fidget here, doing all this stuff, even though we seen him the first time.
That's Scotty.
Let's let him join. Hey, Scotty. We were just messing with you, man.
What's your impatient ass?
We were
Hey,
just
look,
messing
I
with
don't.
you.
Let me say something, y'all. I really don't appreciate that because I'm not a savvy dude when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
So I love y'all. First of all, hey sisters, peace and blessings.
Peace.
And look, I was like, maybe they kicked me out the group because last week were y'all on?
Yeah, we thought you were asleep. We thought you went to bed at 7:30.
Well, let me tell you. Sometimes I do. I have a I like that. Thank you, sister. Peace and blessings to that. Uh, I have a new job where I'll be home a little earlier. I start Monday. I pick up my new rig Friday. So I'm just leaving their office and I'm in the parking lot and I'm looking at my phone like, oh, wow. So I pulled over
Oh.
around my homies in Greenbelt. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, why are y'all right here? And I'm just now pulling over. Where were y'all at? So I'm not computer savvy because this is funny and this is true. My first time on a computer and it said close windows, I got up and closed all the windows in the house. I was not sure what they were talking about.
See,
So, so when y'all play games with me on this here thing, it doesn't come out well because I'm not really that savvy, but I'm getting better. Okay.
okay.
I
But
love
see,
y'all sisters. How y'all doing?
that's what the children are for, Scotty. That's what our children are for. To help us out with
I
this
gotta find me some
technology.
new children. I gotta find me some new children. Mine are like, Dad, if you ain't got it by now, you need to hire you another kid.
Right, that's
how,
right.
how, how have y'all been?
We've been
Yeah,
great.
I
We've
was
been
Oh,
great.
good.
okay. I'm gonna try to get my ear.
Uh-oh. Here we go. I think he
Okay,
froze.
let's start our conversation.
All right. Well, it's just reflecting on last
I didn't
week.
read.
We
I didn't read anything. Good. I'm connected. Can y'all hear me?
Lord have mercy. You ever see that Geico commercial where the man tried to teach people how not to act like their parents?
Stop, Carrie.
Yes, that's it.
Stop.
You know, it's gonna be hard, but it has to be done.
That's what this is right here, right now. But anywho, we're gonna get past all of that. Down to the matter at hand, the Infidelity Chronicles Part 2. We decided to do a Part 2 because a lot of things came out of the dialogue during Part 1 last week. And then other things came out, in discussions on social media, about the definitions of cheating and people's perspectives on what cheating actually is. So tonight, we're back at it again. We did have quite, 3 or 4 people who want to join us and share their stories or their experiences about being a cheater or being cheated on. And I was telling Sonia earlier, like, it's really a touchy subject matter because when you feel betrayed by someone, that shit hurts. Like, it really hurts. And to be betrayed by someone that you love or you care deeply for, it takes a long time sometimes for people to get over that. But a lot of times it takes time, it takes growth, maturity, coming to know yourself. And eventually that hurt is going to switch over to laughter because I could laugh about the shit now. It won't funny when it was happening before. And I can still remember the feeling of like that twisted feeling in your stomach, even before you get proof that, your mate is stepping out on you, you just got this twisted, sick ass feeling. And then you just obsessed with thinking about it all the time. Oh, is he doing what he doing? So and so. And then when you get that validation, or when you actually see that proof, it really shouldn't be a surprise, but it is. And it just takes your emotions to a whole nother painful level. So I empathize with anyone, that has experienced that feeling before. It's not good, but damn it, life ain't over. Just
Right,
because you've
right,
been
right.
shitted on or cheated on. It's
Even
not over.
even though it feels like life is over, it's not. But it can feel like life is over if you're really, really and truly in love with someone. It can feel like it. And I'm gonna say this real quick. I remember being involved with somebody, and I had a dream that they were cheating on me. So I cried in my sleep, and the pain was so real that I woke up, and it was like, yo, yo. Have you been cheating on me? No. So come to find out, uh, she was. But I had already, and I felt it that night. And I went to my oldest brother. This is when I lived with my oldest brother in Northern Virginia, in Falls Church, some odd years ago, way back. And I said, bruh, I feel like she's cheating on me right now. And I just started bawling during open eyes hours. And he was like, bruh, if you feeling it like that, more than likely she is. Come to find out, it was denied then. But 20 years later, when we put stuff on the table, it was like I was really cheating on you then. And I knew that my feelings were right. And it crushed me then. It was like the end of the world, but it wasn't the end of the world. I just had to stand up. I was only in 3 feet of water.
Exactly.
So it's like if your gut is saying it, it's probably true. That's what you're saying. If you're feeling it in your soul, in your gut, in your heart, then it's probably true.
Yeah, because your thoughts and your he feelings, your he motions and she motions, if they're here, 9 times out of 10, it's not. But if it's in that gut, that heart, that real heart, that third eye, that spiritual eye that's in your gut, it's true.
Well, they do say your gut and your brain are connected. And if you look
So
at each
true.
physically, they do look alike. So there is a connection.
Yeah. And that gut is your spirit, is your spiritual brain.
Well,
like go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you, because you say you went to your boy about the matter, right? And you were upset. You're right. Another man. You went to another man.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like men don't oftentimes convey how they're feeling or their emotions or anything like that, right? How did he receive you? Like, because I can imagine some brothers receiving a brother like, nigga, you being a pussy. You know,
Right.
crying over pussy for it.
Right. My oldest brother at the time said, you know, this is my oldest brother. He's I'm 56. I'll be 56 April. He is 62. We were a lot younger then, but grown. And he said, bro, if you're feeling that, what I'm seeing you display right now, your actions and you crying, he said, that is actually what's going on. And he said, let it out. Do not go see her tonight because you are very angry. You're hurt. I mean, discombobulated. I was out of it because I was crushed. And he said, yo, bruh, it's a good thing that you realize it here instead of you realizing it when you're actually with that person. He said, but, you know, my brother and my brothers that I hang with don't mind you coming at them from that angle because, you know, my brothers that I call brothers are my real brothers. I can't do that with every guy, but I can do that with my brothers.
Right. Got you. Because I mean, that's critical. I couldn't imagine not being able to express myself, you know, emotionally to a next sister. And I don't do it with everybody, you know, to your point, because you know who you can talk to, who you can't talk to, you know, who really has your better interest in mind and all.
True.
So were there any red flags with that particular sister, like before that happened?
If I can go deep, and I don't mind sharing my testimony because I'm set free from everything that I was in bondage with that I can talk about now. At the time, I was in the streets, and she thought that I was cheating on her. So we were living in Hampton together, and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna move back to Maryland." So I moved to Northern Virginia, and we were still hanging on, and we were still dating, and she took what she thought I was doing in Hampton, which was cheating on her, which my other girlfriend was drugged at the time. She thought I was cheating, so she owed me one. So fast forward 20 years later, when we had this discussion, she was married, I was married, and I said, well, I wasn't cheating on you. I was addicted to something. And she said, if you had told me, I could have hung in there with you, but I did not know. And I do believe to this very day that she would have hung in there with me if I had been honest.
You think?
Yes. 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 Built for it. Was built for it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But
not away anything from the situation or the marriage that I'm in now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. No, I get it.
But you know, things happen for a reason. But I couldn't be honest, you know, at that time because I wasn't even honest with myself. Being addicted to this thing.
Right. And she was under the impression that it was a woman. So she's thinking you're cheating, but you weren't even cheating with a woman.
It was the addiction that I was cheating with.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Yep. And you know, all things happen for a reason. You know, it is what it is. And I just couldn't be honest because some people can't take that honesty. Some people rather you lie. And I chose not to say nothing. And she was like, well, what's keeping you out? What's this, that, and the third? And I'm like, nothing. I'm just hanging out with the fellas.
Mm-hmm. So, and most women say, oh, this nigga lying. That's just an excuse.
Yep. And I was kind of right, but I wasn't all the way true. And my addiction meant more to me than she meant to me.
Gotcha.
But now, what, 17 years, you know, maybe 16 years, good to go, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. But you bring up a good point that cheating and lying go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
I don't think anybody can cheat without lying.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think anyone can cheat without lying.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's unless you work for I ain't gonna say them 3 letters, but AIC.
Huh?
I just said it backwards.
Oh, God.
I ain't trying to get no flags on us already. You know what I mean?
Honey, we already got them. It's okay.
Okay, good. Let's get more then.
No,
hold on.
We don't want no more.
Oh, okay. Let's not get no more. Can I smoke the cigarette on here or no? We don't do it. Can I? You
free, man.
Okay. Let me get a light. Hey, can I borrow a light from somebody, Pop? I'm on a light. I'm a live dude. I ain't got no light or nothing.
You're supposed to be out there. You're
you know
supposed
what?
to be out there.
I'm so.
You're supposed to be out there broadcasting with the people, talking to the people.
Ask them what he thinks about cheating.
Right.
Don't put me on camera, man. Don't put me on camera.
But you know what? I like being me. Yeah, I like being me. I don't sugarcoat nothing. And that's my problem. Sometimes I'm too honest.
I don't think you can ever be too honest.
Some people can't handle the truth. You heard it.
Yeah, they
can't
handle
the truth.
But that has nothing to do with your honesty.
That really carried weight when he said that. And some people cannot handle the truth. And a lot of people ask for it. And when they get it, they're like, you know what? I wasn't ready for that. Am I true? Am I right?
Yeah, because who wants to experience pain and heartache and all of that? So just lie to me so I don't feel hurt.
Right.
Right. Nobody wants to be okay. I got a cheating story. Even I've been married for 732 years, 98 days. But it wasn't him. Before him, when I was such a small child, I had a boyfriend, and
I was just a little girl.
And you know how you you got a boyfriend, go to another college, and you showing off, and you taking your friends with you to college, and blah blah blah, whatever. And I took my friend.
You're on mute.
Who, me?
I said I got a cheating story. And
okay.
I took one of my girlfriends with me because you're showing off because you got a boyfriend and go to another college.
Yeah.
And I took one of my girlfriends with me and blah blah blah. Well, long story short, end up catching the boyfriend with the best friend. well, on our college trip, right? And
Mhm.
so he pulled a shaggy, it wasn't me. Even though I'm just standing there and I'm not crazy, you know, that's why that song relates. And all this and all this. And even though you were young man, 17, 18 years old, that is still was like you were saying that, oh, that was the end of your life, and you didn't even know what to do. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? And I was her ride home, so I did get the pleasure of being able to leave her and
I'd have left her
lost
ass
it turned
too.
out.
She
But
would have walked home.
right, but and it's still a whole lot of stuff after that or whatever, the drama filled with that. But that was my experience with cheating, and to this day, even that's what 30 some years later, I still can see that story. That story still resonates, and it still feels like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
I
I can't
Right,
know.
believe that. You know?
right,
'Cause,
right.
yeah. So yeah. So honestly, I wouldn't know if my gut never told me that my current relationship is cheating. My mind, my heart never told me that they cheated. Somebody told me the other day though, oh, you been married that long? Oh, he done cheated. So I was like, okay, if you say so. But
Not necessarily
Why,
true.
yeah, why would they throw shade in there like that? You might want to. That's not your close friend or homegirl, is it?
right, right. Well, no more. But like I take a lot of things people say with a grain of salt, because a lot of time everybody have different experiences and different lives. Because I saw this thing was like said, they talk about, oh, men ain't shit. Men is no offense, Scotty. Men ain't shit.
I
They
got
don't do
you, but
nothing. They gonna cheat. They gonna do this. They gonna do that. And then it's the same thing. Like it's like, no, your man ain't shit. Your man gonna cheat. You know what I'm saying? And
That
it's like, oh,
part.
right.
you being naive. And it's like, okay, well, I'm naive then, but I'm happy. You miserable.
And
So
you think everybody else's world is like yours.
right,
She
right.
right. Mhm.
They
Mhm.
Well, they,
deflect. People deflect. And I also
Right.
think that sometimes people like their misery to your misery. Like if I,
yep.
I see Carrie in a happy relationship, my relationship jacked up, then I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure Carrie miserable too. You know. So luckily, I
Misery
got
loves company.
the three people in my life right now have good relationships with men that love them like they love them.
Hmm.
So,
Mhm.
and I think that's part of it. You have to have somebody at your level, and you move through these stages of life. This is another topic, but you move through stages of life where, while it's no reason for some people not to be friends anymore, but sometimes you level up or level down or whatever you do, and you have to move to that stage in your life. Because why would I want to be around somebody, who's miserable in their relationship and or mine is good? So,
That's
I
right.
get
And
it.
that's exactly what Lisa Griffin just said. She said she's been married for 26 years and she's
Good for
heard the
her.
same exact thing. It's just pure jealousy. I
Yes.
agree.
Yes, I agree. I 100% because go ahead, Carrie. I agree. And people like that, I stay away from because, like I said earlier, misery loves company. I want to be around homies and say, yo, my wife ain't cheated on me, and if I did, I did. I probably cheated on her first, and I brought that energy into the house. So
Mhm.
she owed me one, and she gave me one. I'm gonna stop right there. Go ahead, Carrie.
but we
Well,
we talked we talked about that last week though, because we
mhm.
were saying the reason that people cheat, and one of the things they brought, I think Carrie made the point was one of the things was uh because their partner cheated was one of the reasons we were talking about people cheat.
I
And
owe you one. Mhm.
Yeah, tit for tat. And you might
Mhm.
think your partner is cheating and he's not, like based on Scotty's story. And you don't
Mhm.
went out here and fuck somebody else and you ain't had to do that. Like everything just points back to communication. And now you have me thinking about when people decide that they're going to be together as a couple or when they are going to be married. You know how sometimes they recommend that people go to counseling before you get together.
And I agree. Go ahead.
I think that's an excellent thing. But also, all of y'all that are at the reception and that went to the wedding and all that and gave a gift, like, did you happen to drop any gems on the bride or the groom? Like prepping them for, whatever may come. Or, hey, if you ever need to talk to somebody, you can reach out. Me and my wife been married 25 years. We ain't write the book on the thing, but we got a little bit of skin in the game. We might be able to assist you. It's like, as a community, sometimes you do have to rally around two people who have decided to come together and be together, because all of us already know it's not going to be easy at all. But you don't want to think that someone is betraying you, because you thinking about betrayals that happened with the 5 or 6 other dudes you dated before you got with this guy. So now you thinking, oh, this nigga, them other niggas did it, so he gonna do it too. So let me just watch. Or let me wait till he sleep and let me look at his phone. Or let me, and I'm gonna tell you something. Like, that happened to me. And for somebody to keep accusing you of shit you ain't doing, some people would be compelled to go ahead and do it, but not me. I just left. I'm like, I'm out.
Good for you. Good for you, Carrie.
Yeah. And look, but my homegirl, Cha-Cha,
Hey, Cha Cha.
has joined us. Cha-Cha, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I had to jump on here. The conversation was flowing. Y'all was hitting on the points and everything. But can I make a confession? Y'all?
Talk to us,
Not
sister. Talk to us.
not a usher moment, but I would love to hear it.
Look, I'm gonna just give y'all the real, the deal, and all the feels, honey.
Let's go. Let's go.
I've been on the side, where I was, what I'm saying, the cheater. And what I will say is that people don't go into situations with the intention of that happening, right? But if that does happen, it typically is because there's something within the person that they're missing that has nothing to do with the person that they're in relationship with, right? So for myself, because I didn't done my work, you know what I'm saying, as Ayana would say, I know that I have childhood situations that may have put me in a position to be that person. You understand what I'm saying? But I will say this, people do change. They can have a change of heart. I won't say, people say, oh, once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't agree with that. I think it all depends on the person and the willingness to do the work to figure out why it happened. And for me, I can personally say I have been in a long-term relationship where we've both, done some messed up shit. We didn't do some messed up shit to each other, but because we were willing to do the work, you know what I'm saying? Here we are 19 years later, we're still in a good place. So for those of you, that are out there listening that might have had a little something go on, don't be discouraged, but you just have to do the work. Don't play the victim. Don't just sit there and play the blame game. There's reasons why things happen. And until we get to the bottom of what those reasons are, you're going to find yourself in the same merry-go-round, whether it's with Tom, Dick, Harry, Betty Sue, or Jane. You're going to have to deal with
I
the
heard
same
about them.
stuff. Ain't that right?
I heard about them.
I love that. I love that, and that was one of the things is, you got to put in the work. You have to put in the work, if you want to make it work.
Well, let me jump in and tailgate on that one. It's like this. A lot of people say, if like, what can make a man cheat is when a woman withholds herself to one. Say I'm mad, I'm the female. I'm mad at you, or you ain't getting none for 6 months because I'm mad. But Scripture says, and I'm not talking about the Bible, I'm talking about Scripture says, even if you're mad at your man, he still has the rights to his woman.
Well, bump all of
Boy,
that.
bye. I'm about to mute you.
Bump all of that. Because
Time
I'm going to
out.
tell you this. women
But
are very mental people. So for us
yes,
and sisters, y'all let me
and
know if I'm
visual
wrong.
people.
It's not just about
Uh-huh.
visual. It's mental and it's spiritual. Okay. So if I'm excuse
Amen.
my language, if I'm not
Amen.
fucking with you, you know what I'm saying, spiritually and mentally, I'm not laying down with you. And if I do, you're gonna get attitude the whole time you in the cat. It ain't even gonna be right.
And,
You know what I'm saying? Because
and
I'm
guess
not
what? A
connected
dude
to
don't
you.
care about the attitude as long a dude don't care about the attitude as long as he's able to release his self to you. Because a man gives, a woman receives.
But that's not a
And I get
relationship
that.
that even worthy of cheating. That's just I wouldn't even call if that's all that's happening, that's I wouldn't even call that situation. That's what whereas Jada would say that's just an entanglement. That's not nothing I'm worried about. That's just something for me to do on the side. But if I'm in a
So,
relationship, it's better be more than something about just releasing, because that's the problem with why she's
but
probably or
see,
he is probably cheating, because if they thinking like that, it's just a release.
men are different. Men are different. And I understand what y'all are saying. And it is physical, it is mental. But sometimes a man can relieve his stress that way. I'm just telling you what the real is. And even though it doesn't seem right to y'all because you know you want a little bit of fornication, you want a little foreplay, this, that, and the third, he might not want that day. He might be like, I need to just release right now. And I'm just being real from a man's standpoint.
And let the
And that
record
happens
show, let the record show,
with the
women are
record
the
show.
same way. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I
Oh,
could be,
y'all, find
I
me
could
one.
be, I could be mad
No, not
as
find me one.
shit about some shit that went down earlier that morning. But if I want to fuck that night, I'm gonna fuck that night.
With an attitude,
And
right?
no, not with no attitude. Why?
Oh,
Fucking
no attitude? Oh,
that's
okay.
neutral territory. That's neutral
See?
ground. You know what I'm saying?
But
But
everybody's
and
not like that, Kelly.
I've never
Everybody's not.
believed.
Every woman.
I'm just saying, not all women are like that. And I ain't into withholding pussy as like a punishment or no kind of shit like that.
There,
It's
that's where I am. That's where I am. Some women do.
but some women are like that. But I think to your point, you're saying women who are like that, 9.9 times out of 10, their man is going to cheat on them because they're
That
withholding
can
sex.
happen. That can happen. Yes, I've seen it happen. I've seen men go 6 months to 8 months where the woman is like, no.
Well, she
That's
So
might be
then the man.
saying
ridiculous.
no to him, but that don't mean
So then,
she's saying no to Bobby next
so,
door.
so,
I
Bingo.
mean,
so then a man. There you go. See, and that's what a man thinks. Okay, well, if you ain't giving it to me, you giving it to somebody else, and then he'll go to the game. He'll go to merry-go-round. He'll go to Ferris wheel. He'll go to that
But
damn
why?
game at the damn carnival.
Where's the
I'm listening.
dialogue? Why is he waiting 6 months? Why is he not stepping to her and saying, look, it's an issue here. I understand, you're mad. We're not having sex. I want you. I always want you. So let's talk about this. What happened?
I've seen it. I've seen it.
And we spoke about this too, the communication part. Communication is is the biggest part of everything, because it's at some point in the game or in life that if you're not a great communicator, that's fine, but you got to know what's on in your relationship. And I think that when we talk about cheating, sometimes, to me, if you're not in a relationship, then how do you cheat?
that's the thing. It
Okay.
depends on the
Okay.
definitions of a relationship, because you have some of these situations here where the woman's thinking we're solid, we're going steady, we're in a relationship, and the man's perception of that is totally different. I've also seen it in the reverse, where a man was
Yeah.
really into a chick thinking that,
Yeah.
that was his exclusive boo, and come to find out that wasn't the case. So I think it's about solidifying what the situation is in the very beginning, right? Keeping it 100
Yeah.
and being honest. And I
Yes.
mean, this is 2022. You see what's going on out here. I mean, I don't think anybody's feelings would be hurt if somebody said, I'm not really looking for a steady Freddy. I want to date you, but I don't want to be exclusive. But it's just about being forthcoming, right? And
Yep,
giving that
that's right.
information up front.
That's
That's right.
communication, right? That's communication, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And that
So,
may not be what she wanted to hear, but that's what she
right.
needed to
Need
hear.
to hear.
She
Now,
needed to hear.
I've seen this. Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I've seen this where a woman has had a baby And I've had a G come to me and be like, "Yo, my wife don't want to have sex with me." I'm like, "Well, she just had a baby." He was like, "No, Nick, bro, that baby's a year now, a year old." So I'm like, "Okay, there's a breakdown in communication somewhere, and you need to find out why she doesn't want it, because this can be normal after a woman having a baby." From what I heard, I don't know. I'm not a woman, and I have not had a baby. So I need y'all's help on that, because I've seen situations where a brother was there during the pregnancy, during the 9 months, the delivery, the whole 9 yards. But when it came to having sex, the woman didn't want to have sex, and it took a year and a month, 13 months, for her to be sexually involved with him again, and she was not cheating.
The woman is not a
Can y'all help me on
machine.
that?
The woman
Thank
is not a
you.
machine.
Thank you.
A machine, or what are you talking about?
Situation
One of
like
those?
that is, you know, to
Uh,
talk to her about what her needs are. With
right.
women, and it depends on the woman you have, because everybody ain't cut the same. I'll use myself as an
That
example.
is
I'm a
exactly
very
true.
spiritual and intuitive being, right? So my
Right.
pleasure doesn't come from the act of being physically involved with somebody, but through the mental connection, right? The spiritual connection, the vibes that I feel when I'm with this
The energy.
person. So if he's coming to her on some, okay, well, I just want to get my rocks off and this is just what I want to do, that might not be the approach to take. You know what I'm saying? She may need a little more than that. And that's where that, what we're talking about, that communication, that conversing, that conversation comes into play. That just knowing your partner and being able
Right.
to identify what they need without words being said.
Right.
Everybody's not capable of that, but that's what I get from what you're telling me. I've been that chick that was just like, I
Yeah.
just had a baby,
And,
I
and,
just can't. But it wasn't because I didn't want to
and
do
from
it. I just wasn't getting what I needed to take me to that place. Does that make sense,
right.
brother?
It makes sense. And, you know, from what my man told me, he was very careful. He was very connected. You know, he's a foreplay type of dude. You know, romance, candles, lights, camera action. You know,
Scotty, he
whatever.
was lying. He was
Can I?
lying to you.
I was gonna say,
He
can I
was lying.
chime in as a woman
But no,
and
I
as
ain't.
a
No,
Please,
I
mother?
ain't. I ain't.
please,
Look,
please,
look,
please.
look.
Let's get
I'm gonna
Scotty
go
for
ahead
a
with you
second.
now. I'm gonna shut all this down, and I hope my wife don't listen to this one. But it was my wife when she had her first kid.
Well, let me just say
So
this
now
as
everybody pumping the air brakes right now, like, whoa, it was him. Oh my god. So now I got to go there with y'all. It was me.
well, let me just say this as a mother, um, and a former. I have been married before, and I have several children. Giving life just doesn't stop at 9 months, and you
True.
guys may be ready to be intimate several weeks after that. It does take our body about 13 months to kind of get back in the groove of things, and in addition to that, not only are we going through hormonal changes, but we're also going through, you know,
Yeah.
we're having to
Yeah.
be a
Life changes. Body
caretaker.
changes.
We're going through body changes. We're also having to be a caretaker. And it was just times I just didn't feel like it. I've been with the children all day
Right.
long. I don't know if she worked or
Right.
anything, but on top of working and on top of other things that I had to deal with mentally, emotionally, and physically, I just didn't feel like it. However, I will say this: the more in tune the partner is to the woman's needs, and the more that he makes it about her and
Right.
caters to her, it does create a connection to make you want to be in the mood. If you're
True.
catering to her every need, if you're sharing the parenting duties, and I know in our culture, the moms tend to take on more roles than the dads do. Um,
True.
so that could have all played a part of it. And then some women, I have friends that have told me, and it was one point where I thought maybe I need to go as well. There is a depression period, and there is now research that backs up that postpartum depression actually lasts until the children are about 5 years old. And we in
Hello.
the Black
I know.
community have been shamed to come out and say, because we're supposed to be these strong Black women, we've been shamed into saying, hey, I'm not feeling so well mentally. Yes, everything is perfect. The bills are paid. The children are being taken care of. But something is going on with me and I just don't know what it is. A lot of times our partners get frustrated with us and they begin to step out. They begin to act ugly towards us. Like all sorts, I've heard stories of all sorts of stuff. So that's just my personal experience with, regards to having a baby. And I have five. I've been through it 5 times. And just going through different hormonal changes and trying to be intimate and make time for intimacy, because you still have to date and be intimate in your relationship. You still have needs that need to be met. And
Right.
it's like, where do you meet the middle ground? I'm so happy for spaces like these now in therapy. I think we need to not only stress mental health therapy, but sex therapy. That's a big part
Hello.
of our mental is, feeling loved and having that connection. We need that. And some people, we were brought up to be shame of sex and hide it and all that stuff. And that's just our culture. In other cultures, they're free. They
Mhm.
kind of do whatever, but with Black people we can be a little prudish. So I'm thankful for these spaces and we can have these conversations and we can have more men coming up and saying, hey, it's and listening to other women's perspective. That's a beautiful thing. So thank
I
you
Yes,
for
love
it
it.
is.
inviting me, Sister Carrie.
I love
Yes.
that.
Can I jump in real quick? I want
Wait a
y'all to
minute, wait a minute,
try
wait
this.
a minute. I think she just gave us a whole topic on our next Melanated After
Yes.
Dark
Yes.
for the
Agreed.
end of the month.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
I
And
also gotta say my our friend Angel, who is our sex expert, the true sex
Hey.
expert,
Hello.
joined us. And
can I say something real quick, please?
No,
And I'm gonna
I'm
no,
about to
listen.
mute
This
no,
Scotty.
is
I'm about to mute
important.
no,
Scotty.
Scotty,
Angel,
no.
go ahead,
It's
Angel.
important. It's
Mute
important.
Scotty. Mute
It's
Scotty right
important,
now.
Carrie. It's
No,
important.
no, you cannot right
Uh-uh.
now.
Angel, we talking about cheating, and we went on. We got on another which was the topic was awesome, and I want to explore that more. But are we talking about cheating and reason men cheat, women cheat, and like that? And we just want your insight on it. And you got something else going on that I wanted to share with everybody too. So we're gonna get you on the East Coast though. But
Well, for me, I've been on both ends to where I've been cheated on and I've cheated. So I think it all comes down to communication. I know I jumped on and I was listening to the YouTube, and when I was listening to YouTube, it came down to, withholding. Um, I actually am working with a client now that has not been intimate with her partner in about 4 years. In about 4 years. And the reason why is because of infidelity. They love each other, but she can't, every time she tries to go get intimate, she just thinks of the things that he's done with someone else. And again, she doesn't want that negative energy put inside of her.
Is she intimate
So
with anybody or she
she's
just
taking care of
totally
herself. Like, we're talking about her taking care of herself, loving herself, and mentally getting back in tune with her body so that
Mhm.
hopefully she can get past the block that she has by looking at him? Because I'm like, well, why are you still there? Because you're holding him hostage for what he's done in his past, when he's trying to tell you that he wants you to be a part of his future, but you're holding on to the negative things that has happened and you're not letting it go. So why are you still there? So that's what we're dealing with now, because why stay in something when you and your partner are not on the same page?
And clearly he's sexually active. He's been sexually active these whole 4 years. Like,
He was
I'm
sexually
sorry.
active yesterday.
right. that's
Whether it
what
was
I'm
with
thinking.
himself or whether it was with somebody else, yeah, because the thing of it is with women, we have to release just like a man has to release. But if a man does not release and milk that prostate, that's how they get prostate cancer. So there's a lot they gotta release. Look,
Scotty, unmute
y'all done
yourself.
muted
Unmute
Scotty.
yourself, Scotty.
He
Unmute
got
yourself.
the pop.
See,
He's
see,
about
see,
to burst.
what I wanted to say was a man gives, and when he gives, it comes from this part of his brain. So when women say, I'm gonna get some brain, When a man releases into a woman, he's giving himself a part of him to her. That's what connects people. So I wanted to say this to y'all. If you're married or if you're not married, you know how they say put God first in everything you do? I'm going to tell you to try this. Pray to God before you have sex that he'll be intimate with you guys while you have sex, and watch the climax and the nut that you get. That's what I wanted to say. Try it. Don't knock me until
But
you
you know
try it.
what?
Where y'all
I'm gonna
find
I'm not,
try
wait,
it
I'm not
y'all
done.
know I've
I'm
been
not
coming on
done.
these calls with y'all for a while. Where y'all find
I'm,
Scotty at?
hey, I'm a deep brother. Try holding your wife's hand or your husband's hand and praying to God, because they say put God first in everything you
I'm
do.
scared people.
Listen to me. I guarantee you his toes and his feet will be balled up like Negro's fist in the
So
60s.
that's not on the regular?
It'll be the best climax, the best nut you ever had.
That's
But
not on
God,
the regular?
yeah, do it. Try it. Are you married? Hold your husband's hand and pray to God be intimate with y'all while y'all have
We
sex.
ain't
Because he
got,
said, put
we
me,
don't need to. I mean, not that we don't need to. I mean, that might be
try
wonderful,
it.
but
Try it.
I
He said,
mean,
now, I don't know what Bible or what Quran or whatever y'all read, but try praying before having sex. Because God did say, put me in everything, put me first in everything that you
Mm-hmm.
do. Don't knock it.
why? Because
And I'm going
it
to tell
makes
you
you feel
something.
like you in a movie. Now I got somebody watching. Look.
Hey, sheets coming off the bed, lamps coming off the dresser. If you got a ceiling fan, one of the blades going to be broke. Try it. I'm not telling you anything I haven't tried.
Well,
Now
sex
I'm
is
God
a very
said,
intrigued. Now
spiritual
I'm intrigued. I'm gonna
God
try
thing
said,
it.
anyway.
put me, because God did create sex, correct?
Yes.
He
Y'all gotta
created
come
that, not the
on
enemy.
Melanated After Dark and
Get
let
the
me know
notepad.
after y'all tried this and tell me what happened. What?
But you got to be serious with the prayer, because you
I
know
feel like
what?
that's
You
blasphemy.
know,
But
people
look,
say,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
but you know me. I'm a jokester. I like making
Yup, me
jokes
too,
and laughing
Carrie.
and
I'm a
shit.
comedian.
But
Go
it's
ahead.
like it made me wonder, like, you know how you eat, how you pray over your food
Why
before
we
you
say,
eat.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It makes
I'm
me
going to mute
wonder.
myself. Go ahead.
It makes me wonder, like, are people supposed to pray before they eat pussy or before they, you know,
Please, Lord, let it
like,
If you're married, if you listen to me. Listen to me. If you're married, yes. This is what I'm understanding. So check this,
boy,
y'all. Check this out. God does say, put me first in everything you do. Put me first in everything. Whether you brushing your
Scotty, we
teeth,
ain't got. We
whether
only
you
have
driving
3 minutes. We got 3 minutes left. We got 3 minutes left, and I want Angel to
Okay.
talk about what she got going on, and we gonna
So
talk to you about this. We gonna continue this though. We just
I'm
can't just
yes.
usually
All
leave
right.
it.
I'm gonna mute
relaxing.
myself. I'm gonna mute.
I got y'all on kind of low because I'm still at the place, of course. But I got a couple of things going on. If you're in the Bay Area, you talking about my events on you? I'm doing an event called Free Them Cheeks. It's for ladies to be able to learn to come twerk, learn how to do fellatio, learn how to do hand jobs. I have the whole Airbnb all day Saturday. They can come, let their hair down. You can smoke in the backyard. It's gonna be drinks. It's gonna be food. But we twerking, and my cousin is bringing both of her stripper poles. So we learn
Where
how
is
to do some
this?
poles too in the Bay Area. And
Drop that information in the chat, boo.
We gonna bring her to the East Coast. We gonna have
I'm
to go.
telling
We
you,
gonna plan
Sasha,
that
she on the
trip
West Coast.
on the
On the
East
Drop
West
it.
Coast.
Carrie,
I'm
can you
coming
send?
that way.
Oh,
We may
okay.
have
I'm gonna
to do
make
a
happen
girls
coming that
trip to
way.
the
We
West
gonna have to
Coast.
plan. But you know what? I appreciate y'all, but we gotta go for real, for real. But this has been so informative. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you,
Hey,
Scotty.
look. Can we do this, y'all? Can we go elaborate more next time on how you pray and put God first in
Yeah, we gonna
everything you
ask for
do? And I tell you
results.
to be the
We
best
want
nut
proof
you
and
have in your life.
results
So
from this
do it tonight.
experiment.
Try it tonight.
From this experiment.
Try it tonight.
I'm not doing
Try it
it.
tonight.
But
I
y'all go
guarantee you, you're
ahead.
gonna send me. You're gonna text. You're gonna you're gonna text me back and be like, Scotty, we prayed before we had sex, and good God Almighty, because He
Let me
did say, I command you to. Hey, I don't care if y'all pray or not before you do it.
I can't.
It keep me
Listen,
praying more.
hey
It keep.
Scotty,
Hey, look, it keep me praying
I'm
more
with
than
you,
I used
Scotty.
to. That'll
I'm
make your man
Okay.
with
pray
you.
more.
I
Hey,
have
is this
heard about
working
He
for
be like,
you?
manifesting, using sex to manifest things, and I've tried it, and it definitely works. So the spiritual component before sex, I'm with Scotty. Don't knock it till you try it.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm into the same thing. I'm just not a prayer, but I know
Mm-hmm.
words and sounds have
Just
power.
talk. Just
So
talk.
you talk to your mate during intercourse, and you pour into them, and you tell them how fabulous they
Yes.
are and how much you care for them, and it does heighten the experience.
Mhm.
And what do we say? Oh God. Oh,
I
thank you,
can't-
Lord. Oh God. Oh, why
I
we
can't
say that?
see myself reading Psalms 24.
No,
when they're
ain't say nothing, Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie, I ain't say nothing about reading. I said pray. Say, Lord, I want you to be involved in what we about to do. I want you to be intimate with us, and watch what happens. Toenails gonna be your.
Maybe we'll just pick Wednesday nights because that's Bible study night,
Yes,
right? So we go to Bible study.
See you being a jokester. It's not. I mean, you know I got 2
Yo,
hours.
y'all, thank y'all. Appreciate it. We be going for hours and hours. I appreciate y'all though. Y'all and Melanated After Dark. Carrie go send y'all invites, bring y'all back, talk about some stuff. But next week we'll be on again, talking about some shit. I don't know. Something.
I'm gonna make sure for sure I get on as soon as we get started. I might be about 5 minutes late, but I will be.
We might even have to push it back a little bit to make it after dark. If we can keep Scotty up and on California through your time, your Pacific time, and then got to keep Scotty up. We got to combine that, figure that out. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good
Let
one.
me tell you something. If you got a man, hold on. If you got a man sitting here telling you that works, it works. It works. Try it. God said, put me in everything you do. Put me first and watch what happens. Peace and blessings. I love you all.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Love y'all.